Yeah, time is now, better go full throttle. Feel it in the air like an O2 bottle. Altcoin pumps like a whole new lotto. Big bad bitch, she for sure do swallow. Brain on smart, that's a Roku model. Talking my shit, man, I know you follow. Bull run coming, damn, I hope you hodl. Take time, right the baseline. All these frauds in the way, tryna call and they play with they little shit coin with a K9. Every dog has his day, so I pay prime. Knew my worth is birth, and you can search my work. Check every verse I murk, man, I don't waste rhymes. Being in the dirt, it hurts. Treat it like surf and turf. Can't be a crab in the barrel, so I stake mine. You said I wait, seems wrong, it's legit OG. Move out the way, King's home, theme song. You trade, I say things long, about to dip on free. Know when I ain't King Kong, ain't got shit on me. Wasting space, we don't care about your crappy token. Plays it safe, I can make mistakes. Face to face with the Bears, I'm DiCaprio then. This one is a win, then we coming again, let's go.
GM and welcome back to the channel. In this one, talking about the altcoin shopping list. So these are some of the coins I'm really looking to accumulate a lot more of in the near term here. They of course have very good fundamentals. They are mainly category leaders or are doing something original versus competition. And so let's show you the bags in today's episode. If you enjoy this one, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and let's just jump on in. So a total crypto market cap, $1.439 trillion, down 2.8% over the last 24. Bitcoin has recovered somewhat from the dip last night. 35.5 was wicked down to, as you can see down here, and we have started to recover a little bit here. So short term, could we go lower? Of course we can, but I do feel as if there is just constant bid in this market at this point in time. We went through the money flows in yesterday's video. If you didn't check that one out, I would suggest giving it a watch just to get a better understanding of why the Bulla mentality. And we had this from Pentoshi, started to bid spot Bitcoin and ETH here. This was around 16 hours ago. He says he may be a little bit early to the trade here, but potentially this does go down to 33, maybe 34K for Bitcoin. So another 2 grand, maybe 2.5 grand haircut. But I think we see 42K by January. So just thinking about where we should be in a few months, not in a few hours time. And if it does go down to 35Ks, he would start aping in with bigger clips there. So you can see some of the trading mentality here from one of the best traders on crypto Twitter. Let's move on to coin number 1, which is Render Network. So this is the decentralized GPU. You've got a rendering need, maybe for a film, maybe for an NFT, a metaverse, a game, whatever it may be. Render is the go-to for that. Obviously, this plays into AI as well. And so I really like this one due to the fact it is very much multifaceted and hits on so many different narratives. Think about DePIN, which is decentralized physical infrastructure, and even now the Solana narrative as well. This one just touches a lot of stuff. Market cap just 1 billion at the moment. It is pretty much listed on all of the exchanges around the globe. And so this will be easily apeable by anyone, no matter where they live. So I'm bullish on that fact, and the fact it has an easy comparison to a massive cap in the traditional market sector, Nvidia. So this is seen as the crypto version of Nvidia. Whether you like that kind of comparison or not doesn't really matter. A lot of people who will enter this market will start to think this and look at this as an obvious play. So Nvidia is pretty much at all-time highs. This was posted just yesterday. Nvidia $4 off. AI earnings season's about to start. It says cold-blooded chiller, and you're holding no AI coins are none. So obviously the easy comparative to Nvidia, absolutely ripping, melting face, over 1 trill in market cap as well. May we add, that is of course Render. So I checked out the Solana Breakpoint video earlier from the Render team. Very interesting stuff. They've got a few upgrades. They just had a token migration onto the Solana network, so you can actually migrate your tokens from ETH onto Sol. I believe the ticker will change to the full word Render, and they have this burn and mint function. So I'm seeing token deflation, that kind of narrative start to pick up on this one as well. I don't actually think this is deflationary tokenomics. The burn and mint seems to take from one hand and put in the other. It doesn't seem to actually reduce supply. I may be incorrect on that, more research potentially needed, but I am very bullish on Render as a market leader overall. And that, as you can see on screen, those are the Apple Vision Pro glasses. I believe these come out in Q1 of 2024. Render is partnered with Apple. You're going to see a major catalyst there for them. And so if you just think about the potential catalysts that Render can get a spark off of, it just touches so many different points. So I think this is an easy one to accumulate. Price, of course, has ripped up a bit, but I think there's a lot of room in the tank here. And if we just do this crypto comparison, render the token into a stock, which is of course Nvidia. So the comparison is between a stock and a cryptocurrency. So maybe not the best thing to do, But if people are starting to look at these kind of things and say, look, what's the crypto equivalent of an Nvidia? Couldn't get Nvidia. It's now $1 trillion asset. How do I get exposure as crypto starts to rip? Well, Render is that token. So if it does achieve a market cap of Nvidia, of course, it is not going to do that. It's $3,000 per coin, or a 1,000x away, which of course makes 0 sense whatsoever. But what I could see people position in their minds is somewhere towards $100 per Render token, because it would still be huge distances away from Nvidia. And I don't think people will think it's too outrageous for Render to be positioned as a $100 per token asset. So trying to play things a little bit more left curve, as what we are highly likely to see is more degeneracy in the markets and people entering the markets with no real clue about crypto. They're just going to want to come and bid the easy coins. Now, recently we've seen Ordinals take off again, with Binance listing Ordi here. Market cap $500 million. That's the Binance listing, as you can see from the top there. And this really sparked this thing to tick on up massively. So if we just pull this out a little bit, you can see it was like $3 before Binance really started accumulating here, and then they list it and it goes to over 20. Andrew Kang did actually post a chart on this, and he is one of the big traders on crypto as well. Fresh air above, he states, for Ordi, probably the best price discovery chart for a Binance coin out there. He previously tweeted this as it was coming into the $13 region. As you can see, that was the previous all-time high. It breaks that and then subsequently goes on a nice tick up yet again, and this has a brand new fresh chart on Binance, etc., and this likely means it can pump like crazy. It's an easy in if you want some Bitcoin beta exposure. But the coin I'm actually looking to accumulate more of, and I've taken a first bite at here, is Multibit. It's being shilled on the timeline by some very smart investors that I do respect. Hence, I've taken a small position and I would like to accumulate some more of this. Multibit is live now on BNB chain as well. So this allows you to move BRC20 tokens, so that is the Bitcoin standard of tokens, across from the Bitcoin network into Ethereum and also Binance's BNB chain as well. Just got listed on BingX. Apparently they had to accumulate the tokens themselves to a list as well, which is pretty cool. They've also requested a CoinGecko listing. They're airdropping other BRC20s to top holders. Quite a few pumpermentals on here. The CoinGecko thing is down here somewhere. As you can see, it will be listed on CoinGecko once the verifications go through. What the hell does it do? Of course, it is a bridge. So it is infrastructure for Bitcoin-based Ordinals for people to get involved and access liquidity on the likes of ETH, on the likes of Binance Chain, etc. And if Binance, putting 2 and 2 together, are bullish on Ordinals and they're starting to list all these Ordinals-based projects, this token could get a Binance listing. And also the fact that these guys have that bridge into the BNB network makes me think, you know, potentially the Binance Smart Chain or BNB Chain, whatever the heck it's called nowadays, maybe the capital on that chain from different regions in the world can start to access these tokens. So yes, it is a bridge. You can see the bridge functionalities within the documentation here, but they are going to bring out an Ordinals AMM. They're going to have farming and allow you to actually farm the Ordi token, which is that big cap we just saw. And they will also create an Ordinal stablecoin in a CDP, collateralized debt position. So you would lock in the Ordi token and be able to take out a loan in a stablecoin backed by that biggest Ordinals project. So some good pumpermentals on the chart here. And as you can see, this thing is a recent launch and it is just ticking on up nicely here. Big candle in here. I believe it was Gate.io looking at the chain, accumulated around 90K's worth of tokens here, sending the price on up. Market cap 18.5 mil. It seems to have quite a bit of enthusiasm around it right now. And as I mentioned, this is kind of a first mover in the sector and beta exposure to Bitcoin and Ordinals. Then we have Beam Network. This is my go-to play in the crypto gaming sector. I think crypto gaming gets absolutely sent crazy digits this cycle. Market cap 350 mil. It's cooling off a little bit. So a lot of people were saying, where the heck do I buy this thing? The Binance listing has returned, as you can see here. They were just waiting to migrate from Merit Circle into the Beam token, and it is this live on here now. So if you come to CoinGecko and just click on the pair, it'll take you directly to the exchange, also on Bybit. But I have been accumulating it actually on PancakeSwap as well, as I like to use DEXs, and I had some funds on BNB chain there. But the fact that this is only 350 mil in market cap, and you see there's big multi-billion-dollar players. So if this was to become like one of the top 2, one of the top 3s in the kind of gaming metaverse sector, it would need to 10x from here. And as we know, all these coins are going to go up as well. Touch wood, if everything goes well. And Merit Circle has a burning mechanism utilizing their treasury profits to burn their underlying token. But of course, with this token transition, they're now burning the Beam token. They did the whole redenomination, added 2 zeros, 100x the supply. And so the tokens now appear a lot cheaper, which is very good psychologically. They've burned 31,829,000 Beam tokens thus far. And because this operates as a DAO, you have full oversight of the treasury and what is going on and the methodology they have in order to buy back and burn using treasury profits. Now, they've literally invested in all the top games that are coming out over the coming years. And so as these games kick off from these purchase valuations here, so look, they're investing like 1.5 mil into an upcoming game. They're getting in at the seed round. Highly likely it actually lists like 10x up from the get-go and then starts to reprice higher from there. As we know, the gaming sector is absolutely nonsense in terms of the valuations. The numbers are absolutely mind-bending. So their venture arm here with 48 mil invested, that's going to turn into at least a 10, 20x. We're going to be talking billions of dollars. They're going to be taking profits and buying back and burning the Beam token. I just think it's a very simple play, easy to understand, and gets you indirect exposure to all of the games listed on here, which is epic. Also, Neo Tokyo is my other play in the gaming sector. I'm just going to have these two, I think, just to keep things very simple, as these will take up a lot of time as well. Neo Tokyo is something you need to be all in with if you get involved. I'll show you a little bit on that in just a sec. But essentially what this is, they're bringing together all the biggest names, investors, and projects in the gaming sector under the Neo Tokyo brand. There are limited numbers of NFTs. You get access into the Discord, you get potential deal flow, alpha, loads of round tables and information on crypto gaming. I mean, if you're a crypto gaming enthusiast, this is somewhat you probably are already. And Beam has just bought a Neo Tokyo S1 Citizen. That is the original collection. There's like 2,500 of them in total. And all these big players in gaming are buying up S1 Citizens. As you can see, that will be their Citizen. We welcome Beam to the table. It says Neo Tokyo has become a Soho house, golden city on a hill in gaming. If you go over to the website neotokyo.codes/citizens, you can see the citizens, the S1s here for sale. And as you can see, the ETH price is quite high, 12, 13 ETH. These are all trading for around 4 or 5 weeks ago. These were trading for half of that. And I expect this to continue as they are bringing in all the top names. The secondary play to this would be to buy the Neo Tokyo Bytes token, BYTES. The token on screen here, but I don't think there's any external utility to this if you haven't got a citizen and you're not involved with the overall crowd, because you need to stake the bytes to earn more bytes, and you also need to stake bytes in order to get involved with the deal flow through Neo Tokyo and what that can achieve. So think of it as kind of an IDO, that kind of pre-sale pass. Owning a citizen and then staking these tokens will provide. Market cap 20 mil on this. None of this to be construed as financial advice, just showing you the plays I'm involved with here and what is really interesting me right about now. So these are the kind of areas I'm looking to accumulate. I want a bigger bag of Beam. I want a bigger bag of Render. I've already got a Neo Tokyo NFT and I've got some bytes on hand, but potentially we'll look to get more exposure to this ecosystem as time goes on. And I do like the kind of Ordinals beta play for Bitcoin as well, because this could be a bit of a Bitcoin super cycle with all the institutional development happening around it, and Ordinals will have their first bull market as well. So could be an interesting one. So we'll leave things there. Drop me a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you're looking to accumulate here. It is very likely that everything goes up. It's just trying to get on the fastest horses, some of the biggest names, the category winners, if you will, the ones who are going to rise the ranks the quickest. That is how we're going to make the most money. Anyways, I wish you a great weekend. Have a good one out there, folks. See you in the next one. Peace.